Welcome, Sovereign Initiate. I'm Rhiannon, and you have stepped through the veil and into the Orchid Sanctum. This is the Priestess Reclamation Project. This is a sacred space dedicated to those of us walking the path of profound transformation and reclaiming our divine, sovereign power. Today we're beginning a journey into one of the most powerful, misunderstood, and I would say unknown archetypes of all religions, all occult knowledge, and personally, one of my most favorite concepts and most important pillars of my own personal practice. And that is that of the Scarlet Woman. Section 1. The Scarlet Woman, Babalon, and the Binah Raal archetype. So who is the Scarlet Woman? She is more than a title. She is the living embodiment of the divine feminine current that fuels true spiritual initiation. At her core, she is the mystery of Babalon, the Great Mother, often associated with the Kabbalistic Sephira Binah on the Tree of Life. Binah is the sphere of form and understanding, the great sea, the womb from all which form emerges. This is why the Scarlet Woman is also the Graal, the Holy Cup, the Grail. She is the receiver, the container of pure possibility, the one who understands and gives from the highest spiritual energy. She doesn't just passively hold power, she actively channels the divine current of creation and destruction, bringing the abstract into tangible reality. For you, the initiate on the Priestess Reclamation Path, this means recognizing your own body, your own being, as the Grail. Your work is not about finding the divine current, but about purifying the vessel so that your current can flow through you without obstruction. This is the first fundamental step. Accepting yourself as a sacred container of divine power. Everything else, your personal wellness plan, your rituals, your shadow work, your spells, is ultimately preparing the Graal. Section 2. The Kabbalistic Three Pillars of the Temple. The path to embodying this archetype is structured, not chaotic. We approach it through the lens of the Kabbalistic tree, specifically the three pillars of the temple, which you must balance within yourself. These pillars also represent the essential occult currents. I would also say this is where you will see a crossover between the Scarlet Woman concept and number 2 of the major arcana, the High Priestess. We start with the first pillar, the pillar of mercy, Jakim. The right-hand path. This is the active, expansive, and compassionate force. It represents flowing grace and the joyful, unrestrained expression of self. It is the path of light, focused on unification with the divine through love, surrender, and acceptance. To solely rely on this pillar, however, is to risk becoming diffused or lacking in necessary discernment. The pillar of severity, Boaz. The left-hand path. This is the limiting, containing, and disciplined force. It represents boundaries, structure, and the necessary challenges that temper power into wisdom. It is the path of shadow, focused on individual sovereignty, self-deification, and the mastery of the ego through willful challenge. To solely rely on this pillar is to risk isolation and stagnation in one's own severity. Here you may also notice some characteristics of the divine feminine, divine masculine on either pillar. Then we have the middle pillar, the pillar of equilibrium, which is the path of the priestess. This is where you, the initiate, stand. It is the path of harmonious balance, synthesizing the freedom from mercy, which is the right pillar, the control of severity, the left pillar. The Scarlet Woman Priestess does not exclusively walk the right or the left. She masters the middle path. She takes the expansive grace of the right and channels it through the disciplined self-mastery. Keep that word in your mind, self-mastery, of the left-hand path. The priestess must master the movement between these two poles, never falling too far into unchecked expansion or paralyzing restriction. I want to clarify that it is crucial to understand the left and right paths are not simple moral judgments of good magic or evil magic. Neither is automatically superior, inferior, or to be entirely avoided. The terms white and black magic are rooted in racism, and the paths are forces, distinct methodologies of magical work and spiritual evolution. The priestess's work is to understand both methodologies to forge a conscious, unified path, which is the path of equilibrium. On the Scarlet Woman Priestess Path, this balance isn't theoretical. It's the structure for your life's work. We mirror these pillars in our foundational personal wellness plan for the initiate. Mercy aligns with spiritual, energetic wellness. This is the flow. Severity aligns with physical wellness. This is the structure. Equilibrium aligns with mental, emotional wellness. This is the focus. True sovereignty means that you actively construct and maintain your own temple on all three pillars, or the whole structure is going to collapse. Section 3. The Test of the Abyss and Archetypal Descent. The ultimate test on the path of the Scarlet Woman is crossing of the abyss. This is the void of formlessness, the chasm between the divine supernals and the manifested world. It is the point of utter self-annihilation before the true rebirth. This is not you as the Scarlet Woman crossing the abyss. This is you crossing the abyss to meet the Scarlet Woman. This moment of stripping away is echoed across ancient priestesses' myths. Consider Inanna's descent. She passes through the 7 gates to the underworld, willingly stripping herself of royal regalia or symbols of external power and identity, until she arrives naked and bowed. Her descent is the perfect metaphor for the annihilation of the ego that is demanded to cross the abyss. You might also consider the 7 demons of Mary Magdalene, whether interpreted as literal spirits, deep societal stigma, or 7 key attachments of the ego. This is the archetypal purification. Mary Magdalene was stripped of the very things that defined her bondage before she could become the first apostle of the resurrection. Mary Magdalene is often portrayed as a symbol of spiritual awakening, divine wisdom, and the union of the sacred feminine and masculine. The 7 keys to enlightenment, often referred to as the 7 demons to conquer, associated with her are not canonical, but rather a modern spiritual interpretation inspired by her journey of transformation and devotion. The key of surrender, letting go of ego, guilt, and attachment to the past. The key of forgiveness of self and others, opens the heart to compassion. The key of devotion, her unwavering devotion to Christ, symbolizes the soul's longing for union with the divine. The key of inner knowing, Mary represents intuition, divine wisdom. This key invites one to listen to the inner voice, the sacred guidance within. The key of sacred union, balancing the feminine and masculine energies within oneself. The key of transformation, through spiritual practice and awareness, the soul transcends fear and limitation. Transformation is the alchemy of turning shadow into light. And finally, the key of illumination. The final key is awakening, living in alignment with divine truth and radiating love. Together, these 7 keys form a spiritual map inspired by Mary Magdalene and Inanna's legacy. A journey from human struggle to divine embodiment. And don't worry, Mary and her gospel will get their own entire episode on their own. Comparison and discernment. To truly appreciate her power, we must understand how the Scarlet Woman stands alongside any other great goddess. While all are divine, they serve different functions on this path. Unlike the nurturing, purely maternal energy of goddesses like Demeter or even Ishtar in some aspects, the Scarlet Woman is a transformative, often fierce mother. She demands the initiate's total surrender of ego for the sake of higher understanding. In this sense, she's a bit more like Kali. Unlike the virginal purity of goddesses like Artemis, the Scarlet Woman is defined by her radical and sovereign sexuality, which is a key tool for archaeological initiation and the mastery of life force, not simply an act of procreation. No. She is essentially Binah, providing the fertile ground, the Graal, for the seed of wisdom to take root. She is the ultimate synthesis of destroyer and creator, embodying the paradox of transcendent love and necessary destruction. She is not merely a figure to be conquered and rode into power, the way that Aleister Crowley might have you believe. The Priestess Reclamation is the work of embracing this paradox, and is the refusal to be forced into a single simplified archetype. You are not only nurturing as the mother, such as Demeter, nor only the protected virgin, such as Artemis, but the sovereign integrated vessel who wields all energies, creation, and destruction. You are the force. Mercy, severity, light, shadow, without apology. To claim the mantle of the Scarlet Woman is to claim the total authority of your own complexity. But be careful. Succinct, advanced level of shadow work calls you to ascend, not to embrace your flaws, your bad habits, your shitty attitudes, and blame it on your zodiac sign. So now that you understand the depth of this path, the necessary balance of the pillars, the total surrender demanded by the abyss, the integration of all energies, you have a profound tool for discernment. You will be able to spot the self-proclaimed practitioners or gurus or witches who have not done this core work. You will recognize those who speak of power but lack the structure of severity, the physical and the discipline, or those who speak of love but lack the honesty of the abyss, mental and ego death. The true mark of a sovereign initiate is not the title, but a demonstrable balance between their flow, their focus, and their foundation. Welcome to the start of the true journey, Sovereign Initiate. The door to the Orchid Sanctum is open. Please be sure to like this video, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any transmissions from this channel. You never know, the next one might be exactly what you need on a certain kind of day. So until next time, consider what you can do in your life today to take a step closer towards looking into that abyss or coming out the other side. Take care.